Hi folks, it's Sam from Mobile Commons, and today we're going to talk about setting up a message schedule in Mobile Commons. Essentially, a message schedule allows you to upload a group of broadcasts that will go out automatically. You can choose whether or not you want those messages to go out on an absolute date, so that is message A goes out on March 15th, message B goes out on March 30th, or you can choose if you want those messages to go out on a date relative to a date on the user's profile. So for example, if you're running a smoking cessation campaign, you can send out messages relative to the user's quit smoking date. Or if you're doing a welcome series, you can send out messages relative to the user's opt-in date. So to create a new messaging schedule, we'll go into our campaign. There's just one messaging schedule per active campaign, and we'll click New Messaging Schedule from the right-hand side. And then we can give it an internal name. So this will be our MC Customer Best Practices. And then we can specify whether that's going to be an absolute message schedule or a relative message schedule. So again, if you choose specified dates as the actual send date, you're sending the messages out, messages A on March 15th, message B on March 30th. If you choose relative, then you're sending out messages relative to a date on the user's profile. So this is like a drip campaign or a welcome series, so I'm going to send it out based on the subscription date or the date that the user opted in to this particular campaign. And then you choose when you'd like the message to go out. So if we want to send out the messages all at once, we'll choose this radio button, and we can choose time zone. Or for each message, if we want to send the messages out in that user's time zone, for example at noon in New York and at noon in California, we'll choose adjust for time zone. So I'll go ahead and click create. And now I have all those details finished, and I can choose upload a schedule to go ahead and upload my schedule of messages. If you need to get a CSV template, you can do that by clicking this link, or mine is all ready to go, and it's basically just putting in the day relative to the opt-in date that you want users to receive the message, the hour of the day that you want the message to go out, the minute that you want the message to go out, or the body of the message. So that's how you set up the message schedule, and then we can go ahead and upload it by just clicking upload a schedule and choose our particular message schedule. Alright, and then we'll click preview entries, and we can take a look at our message schedule and say, hey, that looks pretty good, and we can go ahead, it's a little out of screen, but click save when we're ready to go. And we'll click refresh for updates, and we should have our messages there. Perfect. And if we have any editing to do, we can go in and add those edits by clicking edit. And then first it allows us to edit the date and time that the messages go out. So this message goes out at on the 35th day after the user opts in at noon. And then if we actually want to edit the message, we'll click Edit Conversation, and we can click Add a Message. And I did this because in this message we're asking our users a yes or no question, and I want to add a customized response. So I used Mobile Commons Liquid statements to do that, which is a really useful tool to customize a response. And if you're not sure how to use it, you can check out our video on Liquid Basics. So when we're all good to go, we can click Save, and we can go into our an update, and we can go into our message schedule and make changes to any of these messages at any time. And when we're all ready for those messages to go out, or to start going out, we'll go ahead and click Activate Schedule. And now when people opt in, they'll receive this first message 7 days after opt-in. So one thing you might have noticed from this demo here today is that these are really useful messages on mobile comments features and best practices. And we actually have an even longer and more detailed account of some best practices and strategies, and you can opt in and receive those messages as well. So we created a message schedule for our current customers to be able to opt in and receive best practices, tips, details about Mobile Commons events or topical events that we think you should be texting about. And you can opt in to receive those messages by texting the word Commons to the short code 662266. And again, to receive those updates on your phone with Mobile Commons best practices and tips in our best practices message schedule, just text the word Commons to 662266. Thanks a lot.